So now we're going to go into Adobe Media Encoder. CS4, CS5, either works. The important thing is that it has to be a 32-bit version. The reason for this is because the TechSmith codec is only compatible with 32-bit versions of Vegas and Adobe Media Encoder. If you use a 64-bit version, you won't ever see it as an option. If you try and drag your files into here, they will have no video. They'll have an audio track, but no video. Alright, so let's get our files. This is our output, 80 megs, not bad. See, if my uncompressed was huge, 2 gigs and 400 megs just for the gameplay and title shots. So we're going to drag this. Okay, we're going to want to use some special settings in here also. So I already made a template. I'll show you the settings in this. Let's see. FLV. Video. I use onto VP6. That's fine. We're not going to be doing any resizing. We want to always keep the same video input and output. Frame rate, same as source. Bitrate encoding, VBR. Encoding passes 2. So bitrate, this will greatly change the size of your final video, of your FLV. For nicer looking games or PC games, you definitely want to use somewhere around 1700, and for older games like Super Nintendo and other older consoles, you can drop this down a bit, 1500, 1400. I try not to go below 15, but you can play around with that to find the nice sweet spot that you like. Alright, my 1700 videos tend to be a little bigger than what you might see on the emumovies forum, FTP I mean, because I think a lot of those are around 1500. These are all defaults, 80, 120, 80, so don't change those. This, I put best, I'm not sure, actually, I don't think it's actually coming into effect. Audio. So this is going to be the first time that your audio is now going to be converted to MP3. So we're going to set this 256. You can set it higher or lower, it's completely up to you. I think some videos are 192. I like to, whatever, most people won't even hear the difference anyway. So stereo, hit OK. Actually, we can save this. Where do we save this? So again, you can save your preset. You can name it whatever you want. Mine is already named Hyperspin video. Right there. So we can convert this. Start queue, and it'll start encoding. Alright, our video is done encoding. Now, the nice thing about using Adobe Media Encoder is you can have a whole bunch of gameplay videos lined up, just all drop them in. The more you have in here, it'll just keep going down the line until you get them all done. So you can have a ton of ones queued up. So you make a whole bunch throughout the day, you go to sleep, you leave this encoding, by the time you wake up, everything's done. Because this step does usually take a while. Alright, so we are now have our video output. Let's see, Cosmic Splash FLV, 8.5 megs. That's about typical, especially for that bitrate. So looks pretty good. You'll see it. You'll definitely see the difference between now and your lossless video, but that's okay. That's what happens when you convert to FLV. Okay. So now the last thing we want to do is the audio we want to normalize. So that way when you're going through your Hyperspin menu, you want everything to sound about the same. You don't want one game being very loud louder than others, or one being very lower than the others. So what I do is I use NoLogic's AVI gain script. You can find that on the emumovies site. I just have a little directory called originals that I just throw them all in. Delete that. Okay, so let's move this into there. Originals. I also made another directory. Oh no, sorry, I didn't make that. The script makes that. Okay, so we're gonna run the script. Since it's already MP3, we don't need to fool with this. Audio bitrate. Again, I try and match what I had my video at. I keep mine at 256. So if it's 192, set it to 192. Mine's 56. Now we're gonna want to point it to this directory. Just copy that and paste there. You might not see it. It's just my my theme is a high contrast theme, so I don't see that half the time, but it's there. Click run. It's running, and it's done. This is a very fast step. It only takes a few seconds for each movie, but by the time it's done, it's going to output a slightly different normalized audio. So this one I think seems a little louder than what the input was. Alright, that's it. And now your final video is done. Just rename this to match your database and go on to the next one, or whatever videos you got left. Alright, hope you enjoyed my tutorial.